Some research suggests that drinking coffee may help people lose some body fat. That's encouraging, but is there anything out there that might improve how well coffee might burn fat? Well, that brings us to Java Burn, a powder dietary supplement that's said to boost your metabolism, help you burn off fat from problem areas of your body, give you energy all day long, reduce your hunger. Bottom line, you name it, they claim it. And if you decide to buy Java Burn, each box has 30 packets, which is a month's supply, and you would use one packet each day with the coffee you drink. And while the company says you could use Java Burn any time during the day, they do say that for best results, you want to mix it with your morning cup of coffee. Okay, all that sounds fine and good, but the real question is there any proof that Java Burn really works? So for the rest of this video, let's look at the ingredients in Java Burn and the weight loss research on those ingredients. So let's begin our discussion by looking at the supplement facts label for Java Burn. And before we go any further, I'm just going to throw out vitamin D and vitamin B6 because I'm not convinced they do anything significant to burn fat or raise your metabolism, but also you're not getting an awful lot of vitamin B6 or vitamin D here. Again, it's not bad. They're giving you 100% of your vitamin D. That's good. They're giving you 59% of your daily value for vitamin B6. That's fine, but generally speaking, not a lot of weight loss research on these nutrients. So let's throw them out. Let me then call your attention to vitamin B12. Now, the Java Burn company is including 208% of the daily value for vitamin B12 in Java Burn. Why? Well, one reason might be research like this, which appears to show that people who are overweight tend to have lower levels of B12. While that's encouraging to think that there might be a connection between having lower levels of B12 and becoming overweight, really, studies like this are generally a correlation, and correlations don't necessarily mean they are related. And I have yet to see any research where overweight people were given vitamin B12 supplements or vitamin B12 injections and they lost weight. And so I'm not convinced with vitamin B12, so let's return to the supplement facts label of Java Burn. And the next item I would call your attention to is chromium. Now, they're not giving us an awful lot of chromium in Java Burn. It just, again, comes to 57% of the daily value that is often recommended for this nutrient. But I bring it up because chromium has been popular in the world of weight loss supplements for as long as I can remember. Chromium will help lower blood sugar levels and may be of value to people who have diabetes. But as to the question, does chromium help people lose weight? Well, I'm not convinced of that. Several studies have been conducted on chromium and found that it does not work. In fact, in this review of 20 previous chromium weight loss studies, the researchers basically said that while it's possible chromium might help people lose a little bit of weight, they also said that the weight loss was small and might not matter in the real world. In other words, if it worked, you might not notice the difference. And so that brings us back to the supplement facts label where we have the remaining 4 ingredients in Java Burn that I want to discuss. And before we go any further, I'm going to throw out L-theanine. L-theanine is an amino acid which can help ease stress and anxiety, but I have yet to see any research showing that L-theanine burns fat or helps people lose weight. So let's scratch L-theanine, which leaves us with green tea leaf extract, green coffee bean extract, and L-carnitine. Let's address them in order. So let's begin with green tea extract. And the extract that is often used in weight loss supplements is called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, although the Java Burn company doesn't actually say which extract of green tea they're using, so I'm guessing that maybe it might be EGCG. Regardless, here we have an investigation where a beverage containing green tea extract increased the production of brown fat. Brown fat is a more metabolically active form of fat. In theory, more brown fat might mean higher metabolisms and more weight loss. We also have this investigation where a green tea extract supplement essentially shaved off about 1/3 of a pound off of people when overweight women took it for 3 months. That's not really that much. And I'll also point out that there was no difference in the weight loss seen in those who took a placebo. So, in my opinion, this study is a bit of a dud, but on the flip side, we have this review, which appears to show that green tea extract might help people lose about 4 pounds more over the course of several months than people who took a placebo. Now, while that is impressive, I'm going to remain skeptical on green tea as an effective weight loss agent until I see better studies. And that brings us to green coffee bean extract. When I look at green coffee extract weight loss research, the extract that I often see in research is called chlorogenic acids. Although I'm not sure if the extract used in JavaBurn is chlorogenic acid because unfortunately they don't mention chlorogenic acid on the supplement facts label. So this is speculation on my part. Nevertheless, here we see an investigation showing that chlorogenic acids appear to increase the burning of fat after eating. In theory, this would raise metabolism and, again, might help people lose weight. And we also have this investigation showing that people who drank a coffee enriched with chlorogenic acids for 3 months lost more weight and burned more fat, including belly fat, than those who did not drink the chlorogenic acid-enriched coffee. And then we have this other investigation, which is a review of 15 previous green coffee extract weight loss studies, where it was reported that green coffee extract promoted significantly more weight loss than those not taking it, although ironically, it didn't seem to reduce body fat. And that brings us to L-carnitine, where the studies so far do appear to show that taking L-carnitine supplements appears to result in more weight loss, more fat loss, and a reduction of body mass index. And what makes L-carnitine even more interesting is that some of the research also appears to show that it works best in people who are overweight. In other words, L-carnitine might work better in someone who needs to lose 30 pounds rather than somebody who only needs to drop, say, 10 pounds. Now, while that all is encouraging, I would say keep in mind that the results of carnitine appear to only amount to a couple of pounds if it does work. And also know that, like a lot of other weight loss ingredients, not all studies show that carnitine works. Now, as for JavaBurn side effects, none were located when I looked into this dietary supplement, although keep in mind that individual results will vary if you decide to try JavaBurn. And if you are looking to reduce any potential side effects that you might have, I would say number one, start with less than is recommended for the first week. In other words, don't take it every day for the first week. Maybe try 1 or 2 days a week, for instance. Also, don't take JavaBurn close to bedtime. I'm not sure if JavaBurn contains caffeine or not. However, your coffee might. And so if you're sensitive to caffeine, take it in the AM and not close to bedtime. Absolutely talk to your doctor if you take blood thinner medications. Some of the ingredients in JavaBurn may have blood thinner effects and, in theory, interact with blood thinning drugs. Stop taking JavaBurn at least 2 weeks before having surgery, unless your doctor tells you otherwise, and avoid JavaBurn if you're pregnant or breastfeeding, again, unless your doctor tells you otherwise. Remember that JavaBurn is for adults and not kids who likely already have a high metabolic rate. And then lastly, ask your doctor if you have any health problems or take any medications. Now, here are the pros and cons as I score them for JavaBurn. Number one, yes, there are research on the ingredients in JavaBurn. That's a good thing. I presented some of the research in this video, and there is other studies out there as well. Another pro is that JavaBurn has no taste, so it's not going to interfere with the flavor of the coffee you like to drink. It's a powdered supplement, so you're not swallowing any pills. You're only taking it once a day. That's important as well, in my opinion. The company says it contains non-genetically modified ingredients. I like that. If you decide to purchase JavaBurn and try it yourself, it's a one-time charge. In other words, there's no automatic shipments, so you're not going to get charged when you're not expecting it, and that's a good thing as well. And then the company also points out that they subject batches of JavaBurn to a third-party company that tests it for quality and potency. So I like that too. Now, as for the cons of JavaBurn, I could not find any research on JavaBurn itself. Yes, There is research on the ingredients in Java Burn, but that may or may not be the same thing as research on the Java Burn coffee supplement itself. So I understand that might be a deal breaker for people who are looking for dietary supplements that have research on the product themselves. Also, I didn't see the names of the extracts used, and I'm referring to green coffee extract and green tea extract here. So I tried to take a guess at what I thought they might be earlier in the video, but ultimately I'm not sure what the extracts are. And if you're looking for a customer support phone number for Java Burn, I only found an email address that you can reach out to the company and ask them questions and inquire about how to get a refund, etc. So Java Burn, fact or fiction? For me, I'm going to remain skeptical for right now on Java Burn, how effective it might be, but what do you think? Have you tried Java Burn? If yes, leave a comment below and let me know. Until next time, I'm Joe from supplementclarity.com. Take care.